Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a 2 vs 2 on St. Mericles Duelis, and in this one I'm going to be playing with the 9th Panzer. On my team today I have Eugen, who's going to be playing the 21st Panzer. On the opposing side we have Oddball and the Snipes, who are playing the 101st Airborne and the Guards Armoured. So I'm going to be taking the right side of the map today. And I'm hoping to be able to make great use of the looks. It does kind of depend on who my opponent is. If I'm up against the Guards Armoured, then using the looks could end very badly. But if we're up against the 101st, there's potential that the 9th Panzer could run them through. So we'll see how it goes. We are going to start with a mortar on the right side. 2-star mortar is always very helpful. And then I'm also going to start with a couple of looks and a Panzer IIc, and we're going to make a concerted effort on this right side. Then we're going to have to cover off elsewhere, so we've got one unit of Panzergrenadier just kind of hanging out at the back side of the town here. Myself and Eugen kind of decided to just kind of contain the town a little bit, not really push into it very hard, because we're up against 101st at the end of the day, and airborne engineers are scary things, so we do not want to be forcing ourselves into those. Now let's add a Speertrupp to the right side here. Going to need some of that recon to go with our tanks. Then it's a matter of just spreading out the Panzergrenadiers. So I'll have a Panzergrenadier head to this building. Not sure if we'll make it there, but we'll try. I'll have one head to the orchards. You can have one go to this tree line. Probably better to start those on the right, honestly. And then another one. That is fine. Okay, so we got our infantry spread out. Then it's just Panzergrenadier that I'm going to need. Might have a Panzergrenadier behind the town for the time being. Just so that I can keep these Panzergrenadiers from surrendering quickly and losing a lot of ground if a rush comes down the road. So that will do. Yeah, we're going to try and use these tree lines on the right side to get close range engagements with the 20mm autocannons of the looks, and thus make ground that way. Over on the side of Eugen, he's going to be using the 21st Panzer. Said that he'd handicap himself by making a particularly bad deck, so we'll have to see how that goes for him. Let's just tuck up our units whilst we're waiting. And as always guys, make sure to check out the links in the description. I do have plenty of lovely links down there that go to all of my other content, including my Vulcan Total War channel, which will be starting a new Chaos campaign soon. Mortal Empire's World Domination, so we're going to be trying to raise every single settlement on the map. It should be a lot of fun, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's focus on the 9th Panzer, which is a division that I am not a big fan of. But like I said, I haven't played it in a while. It's a division that used to be very strong, mainly because the meta used to be divisions like the 101st Airborne and things like the 3rd Fallschirmjäger. It used to be like but two of the strongest divisions. Then the 9th Panzer came along, really mobile division with a lot of strong 20mm autocannon power, and that can rip through things like the Locust early on, which then can open up a huge salient in the early game, leading to a crushing victory. But with the 9th Panzer, if you manage to make ground early on, then you're generally okay. If you don't, then you can be in trouble, because if you fall behind, you generally fall further and further behind. Pretty rough. That mainly comes down to the reason being that you get a limited force in phase B in terms of armor. Losing those Panzergrenadiers was very careless. I'm not even sure what killed them, but either way they are going to go down. I had intended to move them to this building, but they decided to drive through the town as the quickest route. I only just realised a little bit too late there. Let's continue on this right side, since it is opening up for us quite nicely. I think I might pick up the Speertrupp and move them up as well. We'll move up the mortar half-track. Let's get these Panzergrenz into cover. Looks like that's going to be a machine gun on that right side. I would not be surprised to see Oddball kind of invest mostly into the town and not into the right side defense. So that's what we're exploiting here, and hopefully I can make some ground. Just got to be a little bit careful about AT guns, which is why I do have the Spähstrupp with us. Actually going to be quicker to go that way. Not sure it is. Let's just drive straight through. We've already made quite a bit of ground. Let's have these Panzergrenz move up. My Panzergrenz here are going to be mowing down the airborne engineers as they go into the open. That is absolutely fine. We're just going to have a Lux sit on this end of the town that can cover off against any infantry that would like to come out of the town. Yeah, we've made it quite a way up. Best bet now would just be like set up a bunch of Panzerschreck ambushes for any armor that comes our way. There is a grasshopper. Tempted to buy in my ME-109. Just keep trying to make ground. And we're saying that. Yeah, I was going to say, surely there's AT somewhere. And that bazooka confirmed it. Going to be losing one of my Panzer II Lux quite easily there. Right, so main thing here is just maybe smoking off this machine gun, and then we can like push up with the Panzergrenz. Let's just push to the edge of the tree line for now. Spähstrupp should find that bazooka for us, and then we can kill it with the half-track. Look at that, that's cheeky. He's going to get spotted though, and we'll get taken out. Lovely. Okay, that's going to be the Locust. Oh, I was trying to fast move out of line of sight. We just made it. Wow. That was close. Let's get the Lux out, because I think the airborne engineers are going to try and make a push for the Panzergrenz. Okay. Let's bring out the ME-109, shoot down the grasshopper. And I'll make sure that my mortar's coming up, because I am going to need probably some smoke or something. Got our Panzerschrecks on the way anyway. Probably going to have to go right. Okay, we're not actually going to get the kill onto the grasshopper, I don't think. Maybe we will. The plan here is just to push up onto this machine gun. We're going to be able to finish it off. We are, okay, good. Well, I haven't used the rockets on this yet, but what I might be able to do is rocket the Locust and then push it with the Panzer II Lux. We'll see. Getting into these buildings is really good on this right side. Put them on return fire. Okay, we'll let that fire, and then we will get out of there. Oh no, the ME-109 is going to go down. That's rough. Get shot off, please. Smoke's very good, actually. To make things very awkward. Thankfully, the Panzer II Lux can fire on the move, so I can kind of hunt down the M22 quite well. That is some nice AT, though, from that airborne rifles. Can we get the Locust as well? We shall see. little bit concerned here that we're going to get out-aimed by a Locust. We shall see. Ah, never mind. That's going to be Pathfinders. Getting the job done. That is rough. Okay, so we're not having the best time on this right side. And we have lost the Panzergrenadiers that were in that building. Or in that forest, sorry. We're going to have to fill this gap. Okay, looks like we've already managed to do so. Let's just get back into that building. Thank you. And we'll put the mortar onto that MG. Should be able to pop these M22s with the Panzerschreck here. The Grasshopper will fail to spot those. That's that done. Lovely. We've contained the town. Just going to be bringing up a couple more looks to the right side. And if we can take out this other M22, it's pretty likely he doesn't have too much more left until Phase B. 2 minutes left until Phase B, so we may be able to make some more ground again. Probably need to do a runner with this Panzerschreck squad. And I will need to pin down this airborne rifle if we can. Looks like we are hitting it pretty hard with the half track. Let's just drive on through towards them. Waiting for my looks to arrive. They're nearly there. Look at him go. Let's just start preemptively smoking my half track just to be annoying. Because I'm going to use the half track to try and hit the 60mm mortar. Alright, here we go. Have my Panzer II looks ready. And that should be a dead M22. Driver wound. Internal fragments is really nice for him. Okay, job done. Phew. Right, let's push through then. There is another M22, I believe. Bring up some more infantry. See if we can get up to that building with the Panzergrenadiers. I don't think there was a bazooki here. It was the airborne engineers, wasn't it? So I'm going to come down this way and we're going to put some pressure on. If there's no AT gun, then we can just run through the machine gun and the airborne engineers quite easily. Oh, that's not good. Okay, keep going. Keep going, looks. Keep going. Oh no, I actually stopped him by accident. Whoops. I gave him a reverse order. That was really dumb. Just a miss micro completely there. That is rough. Okay. Well, we lost that one to a bazooka as well. Falling for all of the ambushes, trying to be extremely aggressive and getting punished. Well, there's that. Let's bring up some anti-air, since we are playing against 101st. Soon enough, there will be some Air Force we have to deal with. There is now also an AT gun. I'll put one Panzergrenadier on this right side. And we'll put one on the left. Actually, no, let's just keep them both on this side. Have that fall back. Have the Panzer II looks come over here and help with those Pathfinders. Right, we should be able to mow down the airborne engineers since they are only open. Go on, Panzergrenadiers. Smash them with those machine guns. I managed to hide the Panzerschreck, that's good. Start mortaring the M22. And I do need to get some better tanks on the field, so I think we're just going to go for the 2-star Stug. That will help me out in the open. As for these AA pieces, I'm going to have to be a little bit more cautious. Alright, let's now push up with the Panzer II looks. Got to be a little bit careful about the Pathfinders revealing themselves, but at least we've managed to pretty much pin the M22. Continue driving forwards. Oh wow, okay. Some nice micro there, it's going to save me. Ooh, cheeky. Airborne rifles out of nowhere. Should be able to hit them pretty hard. And get the mortar on target as well. Okay, they're dead. That's good. My Panzerschreck went down. Run away with the Panzergrenz. Bring in my second Stug. And we'll need some more recon. So let's just bring in the Panzer Is. They're really good for just cleaning up these Pathfinder units, since I'll be able to spot them first. I guess I probably should have had some Panzer 1Cs with me from the start. That might have saved me a lot of problems. Oddball's certainly putting up a good fight though. Panzergrenz are going to rip through those airborne rifles. They might be airborne engineers actually. But either way, still getting wrecked. And that is a M4. I'm not sure how I really want to go about this, because the Stug will get into line of sight eventually. I think I might want to have the Stug just try and drive past while the smoke's here. Or maybe not. Give me a driver wound. Not bad. Okay, and that's the kill. Great. Oh, nice smoke. Smoke actually suits us because it allows me time to sort of line up the Stug. Because if I go through the Stug forward facing, then we actually are in a really good position. Just gotta like line up the shot basically before I drive forwards. So we'll just reverse for now. Do need to make sure that that bazooka's dead before I run these Panzer 1Cs into them. Ooh, that's going to be the Pathfinders. Okay, not something I expected. Are we going to get a shot off with the Stug? Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Got to be careful that the Stug does not get ambushed by the M4, so let's just make sure that we're facing, and we'll get the shot off. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. The smoke's clearing. Okay, we got it. Nice. And looks like we will get the shot off here as well. Nice. Move back these guys. I'm going to move back the half track. Using the Panzer 1C on the right kind of sucks. But I guess I do have the Panzer 1Cs to come over. We're being very sneaky. Bring up the spear through again. The Eugen's done a fine job on the left side. I've really ballsed up my side with the lack of recon early. Should just be able to run that down. There is an AT gun here somewhere though. May as well keep the half track relatively close. Okay, there's the bazooka. Let's not drive into range of that. We're just shy. That's good. Let's continue. All those bazookas in some really good spots. Now, we don't have anything on this Panzer II look, so I might get some supply in. Okay, that's those Pathfinders dead. Continue the push with the Panzer 1Cs. Can the Flak 36 get out of there? It can. Just. Oh, there's an AT gun. We should be able to push on this M22 quite nicely. A weapon jam. Go on, Panzer 1. Germany's boss. Now attack the M22, please. Okay, we got it. Nice. Now let's run down the 60mm mortar, but first of all get out of range of the bazooka. Or not. That's fine. Turn around first. Decided to reverse away for no reason. I didn't give it a reverse order, so it's a bit unfortunate. Either way, Stugs can push up, and there's not really much that the airborne are going to be able to do. Bringing a couple Flam Panzers to the town just to assist the push with Eugen. And I think we can safely say we can get the better of the airborne now. We're in the late game, we've got the armor advantage and not enough damage done. Like, Panzer does have a pretty nice sort of availability. Why did I pick those up? That was dumb. Maybe I saved them, I don't know. Yeah, see, they turn round like after the bazooka shot, which is kind of weird. Get the Focke-Wulf 190 and we'll just bomb that M1 gun. That will allow me to use the Panzer 1. Okay, that's the job done there. Stug's going to push forwards, we'll get the ambushing shot. And that's going to be a bailout. Lovely. Okay, I need the Panzer IV to come over to the right. I haven't taken care of those glider rifles though, so that's not good. The Spähgruppe move up. I think the Jeep blew up because of the AP shell. Not the other way around. And let's hit the howitzer here. And we'll push up on this right side. My Panzer IV's done the work. It did look as though the Jeep exploded to the shot of the Stug. I'm just gonna bomb these squads. I'm so done. Because that's gonna end up rocketing my Panzer IV if I'm not too careful. Is the Tempest going to reach? No, not quite. Okay, well there's that. Let's move the... Move the Tiger up to kill this M10 for us. Whilst the Stug makes a run for it. Doesn't actually have line of sight on the Stug at the moment. Oh, the driver wound is rough. Are we in range to smoke it? Maybe. No, not in time. It's a very sloppy game from me, honestly. But we have got the better of the airborne over time. It quite simply comes down to the fact that we have armor and they do not at this point. And let's push forwards with the Stug at the same time. We'll get that shot off. Oh, never mind. Tiger did the job. M10s do take a while to aim. They're just proving it. Keep pressing on this right side. So yeah. All that I can say we can really take from this is that the 9th Panzer is a great counter to the 101st and other airborne divisions, which used to be very strong in the meta, which is why the 9th Panzer eventually became very strong in the meta, because at the time it was one of the strongest divisions. Bring out my 2-star Focke-Wulf. Start playing around the Flak 36. Let's just bomb the road if we can. Oh, it's not actually going to drop the bomb. This Focke-Wulf though does get the kill. That's great. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Continue pushing up on the right. The counter push is great. Just have the looks move forwards here and the command. Ah, didn't have time to kill that Tempest in the end. But yeah, we made a lot of ground on that right side, and after 26 minutes and 23 seconds, Job is done. I think the main issue with that game for me was just like the lack of recon in the early game. Should have probably replaced the spear troop that I lost on the right side with either Panzer Is or just more spear troop. I don't think I get like the rest of my spear troop until phase B though, so that was a little bit of a problem. But definitely the Panzer Is would have been a great choice when I was breaking down the M22s, or at least trying to. Those bazookas were put in really nice places by Oddballs, so it was difficult for me to push so aggressively, but I kept the aggression up until I could follow up, and that meant that I would eventually win, because an armored division in that open ground versus an airborne division is always going to end up in your favor. And those Rockwell 190s with those 25 HE power bombs are fantastic for cleaning up AT guns, which the 101st have a very limited amount of. He also had the M10 on his division, the 2-star one, and that's taken up an AT slot. Just got one popped by the Tiger E, so yeah, not too much value came out of that. It did kill off one of my Stugs. Got the driver wound, I think, with the first shot. But in the end, let's see, 2,062 kills to 1,390 losses. Yeah, I think I definitely could have played the early game a lot safer. But Eugen doing fantastic with that apparently handicapped division with the 2,082 kills, to the 635 losses. So my kills, they came from the Panzergrounds. We got Panzerschreck ended up killing off the GMC and a glider leader. The Stug, though, these kind of saved my bacon in phase B. Panzer 1C also did very well. Look at that. Killed off plenty of infantry. Should have had those Panzer 1Cs on the field earlier on. The Tiger popping that M10 was quite nice, and we killed the Thunderbolt towards the end, which added up quite nicely. Trading looks for M22s. Something that was quite common in like previous competitive games, like way back when. The looks just could just completely outvalue the M22s in general, and that's what made them really, really strong. But losses, well, airborne rifles, I was getting caught out by AT left, right and centre. Those Pathfinders managing to sneak up on too many of my tanks. Like, that should not be happening. 100 meter AT getting the better of my tanks is just actually embarrassing. So there you go. Something for you guys to point out, I'm sure. M10 killed off the Panzer 1C as well. Okay, fair enough. But there you have it. That is game, and 26 minutes and 23 seconds is not too bad. That's all. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.